Morning, everybody. Welcome to Fairview Learning YouTube channel. We're trying out something a little bit new here, so I thought I'd start out just by giving you a little bit about myself, my background. Some of you that have participated in my trainings before know a little bit about my background, but I think primarily it's important to say I didn't know a single deaf person until I was in my mid to late 20s. I just had a desire to work with deaf individuals. I don't really know why, so I told my high school counselor that's what I wanted to do. I didn't know in what capacity, but he recommended communicative disorders at the University of Redlands, SLP. So I started there, took a couple of years off, went to LA to dance for a few years, made it back to Utah, where I danced for a while, and then also finished up my speech and hearing degree at the University of Utah. It was at that time that I took a sign language course at during the last semester before I was ready to graduate, and I realized that's what I wanted to do. Again, not really sure why. So I thought, I want to teach deaf kids with sign language. Again, oblivious to the fact that there's other methodologies and other things going on out there. I thought I had to be fluent in sign language if I wanted to teach deaf kids. So I went to the Salt Lake Community College to go through the interpreter training program, and I thought, because I already had my bachelor's, I thought it'd be really quick to just go through that program because I was so clueless about the fact that American Sign Language is a separate language. So 3 years later, I finished the interpreter training program, and then I worked for a while as a community and educational interpreter. At that point, I met a dear friend, Cheryl Winston, who was running the parent-infant program, and she invited me to come work with her, and I did that for a period of time, a year or two. Then met John, who was running the TC program under the Utah School for the Deaf, and he asked me to come teach in the high school as their TC teacher, and I was horrible my first year, but at that time he got me into the Idaho State Deaf Ed Master's program. So I worked as a high school teacher, started my master's program in the Summers Plus program at Idaho State, worked at Cottonwood High School for a year, and then I transferred to JMS, the Jean Masseau School, when it was a charter school, and did that for, 8+ years. At that point, when I started at the charter school, that's when I met Dr. Connie Schimmel, who I worked with in Fairview, and we worked together for a long time. This was about 13 years ago. My third daughter, I was pregnant with my third daughter, teaching at JMS when we were at the downtown library in Salt Lake City, and I wanted to leave the classroom and go home and take care of kids for a while. So I did that for a very short period of time, in which our trainer that we had with Fairview, Holly Reichley, decided she wanted to go back to the classroom in Mississippi. So it was just Connie and I, and Connie said, you got to go out and travel. So my stay-at-home stint was very short. I did all the traveling and training. Then Connie retired, and then I took over the business myself. And that kind of brought us to where we are now. So running Fairview Learning, working in collaboration with the University of Utah, working as a reading specialist at the Utah State School for the Deaf, running a reading clinic there. So all of it kind of works together, and that's a little bit about me and how I got to where I am with Fairview Learning. And again, welcome to our YouTube channel, and we'll be throwing out tips often, and so check back for more. Thanks.